Hi, everyone. Good morning. We are here today for a Restore and Renew yoga class. We're going to be working with the part of yoga practice that helps to recover the body, and it works into our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system that helps your body heal and recover. And so we will be starting very shortly. I'm just waiting for everyone to get on. Hope that you are all well. And recovery is not just about if you've had an imbalance in the body, which we might call illness. It is really about giving the body the opportunity to find balance. So, as we start our practice today, we're going to be working with the parts of our yoga positionings and some energy body work to get grounded in the language that helps the body understand finding balance. And we're doing that because we are tending toward, especially in our culture, that go, 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 fight or flight response. And isn't it interesting that during this time that we're being told to shelter in place, we're all getting a very large opportunity to completely change our daily dynamic. So we are really steeped in the idea that taking time out from demanding patterns that we tend to put on ourselves in our daily lives is so important. And nothing knows that better than your physical body. So when you go out of balance, you can have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, all of those risk factors for heart disease, and other disease processes that develop in our systems from needing that balance that we can easily go out of when we are not recognizing that we have to find time to restore and recover. There's a very specific way that the body understands that language. So, yoga practice helps you move into that possibility for um, recovery and restoring. And we do this with breathing. We do it with certain positions we put the body in because the body is not hardwired to relax. It knows and it has wisdom to recover and heal itself without any external intervention. So when we move into a yoga concept of health and healing, we understand that even an herb that you would take to help your sinuses, let's say, is really a informational tool to remind the body of what it already knows. So this idea of developing into our body wisdom is what yoga practice does in the restorative aspect of that conversation in the body. So we are going to start with coming to the mat. So the one thing I want to talk to you about today as we get started with this is to make sure that you have some props available to you. So that might be a pillow, whether it's a cushion from your couch, a pillow. I have a couple pillows here. Let me grab those for you. So this is a yoga block, and if you have a yoga block, you might want to grab that as a tool that you will use for some of what we do today. You don't need a yoga block for what we're doing. We're not doing it to prop certain poses that you might have done in other yoga classes. This is all about propping the body in positions for recovery and healing. So you can use, a pillow like this one that is just a tool for propping the spine in different directions that we're going to use. A bed pillow, like this is a throw pillow. Here's another throw pillow. All right, they're all just a prop. If you have no pillow like this one, just a pillow from your bed will actually work for some of what we're going to do when we get into our deeper restorative poses. So if you are grabbing that, I'll give you a moment. And then once we get that tool, besides having a chair for when we do an inversion. If you don't have room for legs on the wall, we will be going into a restorative position of supported shoulder stand. So you might need a chair as well to put your legs up on. Okay, so just getting that moment to get your props available. I'm going to get myself together as well, and we're all going to go to your yoga mat or that spot where you're going to be doing your yoga practice. Okay. So you'll just be keeping those handy. You're going to keep your yoga prop handy for when we need it. And what we're going to do first is just come to sitting on the floor. Remember, if you have tight hamstrings or tight hip girdle, then you can sit on a pillow or a block in order to help you sit comfortably so that the hips have the support to relax forward. And I'll show you how that goes as well. Today I'll use the block. In other videos, I've used a pillow to show you, but if you have a yoga block, you can sit on the edge of the block, okay? And even just bring your legs out. And what that does is help you to sit tall because the hip girdle shifts into a place where you can stack the spine. Otherwise, if you are having tight hip girdle and you can't sit with the legs extended, then you're going to be crunching up and gravity's going to be taking that effect on you. So whether it's a block or whether you have your pillow sitting, and then you could sit with the leg bent or both legs bent. So however you're comfortable, the most important thing is that you support yourself so that you are still using good alignment when coming to your sitting position on the floor. Okay, so we're going to start with our setting our intentions for today. So you're going to sit however you're comfortable now that you have your props, and find your seat bones, lift the heart, relax the shoulders. Okay. Let's just start with a little bit of spinal flexing before we come into setting our intention, just to once again bring some conversation into the body to prepare for sitting. So you're going to tuck your chin and pull your belly in towards your spine and round the back. Now sit tall, press your chest forward. And let's breathe with it now. Exhale, round. Inhale, press the chest forward and flex. And exhale, round, good. Inhale, flex. One more, rounding, flexing, and rounding again. Good. Now come back to sitting again. Find your seat bones, sit into your prop, but lift the heart. And we're going to bring the fingertips together so that they touch and rest them into your lap. And then with the eyes closed or gently looking down toward the floor with the eyes. Just a soft gaze if you don't feel comfortable with eyes closed. You want to move into the intention of first resting inward, quietly abiding in your inner space. And we do that with following the breath in. So each inhale takes you deeper inside, and every exhale releases what you no longer need to hold on to in any way. We're just releasing on the exhale, going a little deeper inside on the inhalation. And by letting the breath do its work to clear out what you no longer need and taking you inward, you find that inner space where you meet you. And then recall why you are coming to yoga practice. What are you intending to create for yourself, your health, your life? And what are the qualities that you value in that process of developing those elements that you want to connect with and bring deeper into your reality, into your living. And then plant those intentions like seeds in the heart and in the mind so that your feelings and your thoughts begin to support your intentions. Good. And then gently open your eyes as you're ready. All right. So let's start with coming onto the floor on your back. You're going to move into laying on the floor with knees to chest. Good. Hold on to each knee with one hand and just gently rock side to side. We're just massaging out the back, releasing any tension or tightness by letting the weight of your own body become a nice massage tool. You can make some circles with the knees. Breathing as you move and move back the other way. We're going to keep the right knee pulled in and extend the left leg out onto the floor and just get a nice little opening stretch here. And then reverse it. Right leg extends out. Feel that length as you pull the left knee in. Good. Let's go back to pulling the right knee in. Feel the length on the left side as you extend the left leg out. And then we're going to drop the right foot to the floor with the knee bent. Take the arms in a T position and drop that right knee over to the right and let the right foot come to the inner left leg. Good. Now, if that's your edge, listening to your shoulders, you're just going to rest right here. This is a supine tree pose. If you can take the arms up over your head, you're going to reach up over your head, create a little length. And whether the arms are in a T or up over your head, you're opening up the rib cage to just allow more air into the lungs. So take some nice, long, deep breaths in. Good. And then we're going to straighten the right leg out. So now both legs are extended out. The arms are over your head or in a T position. Either is fine. We're going to walk your heels to the right. And then just feel length in that left side of the body. Breathe. The heels are walked over to a comfortable edge to create some length on the left side of the body. You're creating a little crunch on the right. If you want more stretch, you can shift the upper body over to the right a bit as well. But if you do that, make sure that your shoulder blades remain on the floor. So you don't want to roll over in the upper body. Keep everything planted into the floor in the back. And then you can stay right there and breathe a little more, or you can cross that left heel over the right ankle for a little more stretch. You can reach your left hand around and hold on to the right wrist. And that's only if you need more length. If you're feeling a nice bit of lengthening, this is a form of anti-gravity whenever you create length in the body. We're decompressing from being compounded by gravity in the joints, in the connective tissues, and we breathe long and deep with this. And then walk the heels back. So uncross the leg if it was crossed over the ankle. Slowly return your legs to the center. Good. Bring the upper body back to the center. And then we're going to bend the knees and draw them up towards your chest and just integrate that into the hips and the low back. So just bring knees to chest. Good. Keep the breath nice and steady. And then we're going to extend the right leg out onto the floor and drop the left foot to the floor with the knee bent and drop that left knee over with the left foot into the right inner leg. Arms in a T or up over your head, whatever feels better. Now we're working into opening up the joints on the left. We're breathing deep as we've opened up the lungs a bit with the arms over the head. And just breathing and being relaxed deeper into holding this position is starting to talk deeper into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the branch of the nervous system that recovers, heals, and restores. So this is a very slow moving kind of deepening into the body. Take that left leg straight out. Walk the heels over to the left, just finding your edge. Breathe, relax into where you're creating length on the right. We have a little crunch already going on the left side. Nice, long, deep breaths. And then shifting the upper body if you want a little more length, keeping the shoulder blades on the floor and creating that half moon lengthening stretch on the right. This is the supine half moon pose is what we're doing here in our conversation in the body and all of its systems. Breathing into that length. And then you can cross the right heel over the left ankle if you want a little more stretch in the hip. If you have stretch, just breathe into what's happening there. We already have a conversation. It's great to relax. Let the body acclimate into that information that you're bringing in. You can hold on to the left wrist with the right hand if you want. Keeping a nice steady breath, expanding as you inhale and emptying out through the nostrils. And then gentle release, releasing the upper body, walking the heels back to the center. Good. And then taking those arms down, bringing the knees in toward the chest and rounding the back. Good. And then we're going to roll to one side or rock up to sitting. So if you want to roll and nurture yourself up, especially during your restorative practice, it's good to be nice and slow and gentle with yourself and how you're transitioning. Good. So notice as you come up to sitting, what you may be feeling as you've taken the time to slow things down and let the body open and lengthen. So this is a very gentle, deepening conversation that you're having at the language of the body about slowing down and letting the body open. And so that creates a lot of softening and the ability for the body to begin to restore. That's our intention for today. All right. So let's take some time to extend the legs out and take your heels away from each other to whatever degree you can. Once again, if you have tight hamstrings, putting a little pillow or a folded blanket under you is going to roll the hips forward just a bit, and that might help you relax so that you can straighten your legs a little more. Because if you have tight hamstrings, the knees might be bent. So rolling the hips forward with propping the seat bones a bit can help you to start to relax into bringing length. Okay, good. So we're going to hold our stir stick, interlace your fingers, reach forward and lean forward. You're going to feel that stretch in the inner hamstrings and groin. And we're going to start to make some circles. So you're going to circle and sit back as far as you can, and then circle forward as far as you can. And remember, nice breaths with this. Breathe as you create this movement to bring gentle opening into the hamstrings. Good. When we lean back, we do a little bit of ab work as well. So you're creating a little bit of core strengthening. And let's reverse. Go back the other way. Circle. Good. Just keep circling in nice, wide, slow circles. And then come back to the center. Good. And draw the feet in toward each other. Connect the feet. And if your knees are up, remember in time, they will begin to open as gravity. If you create this pattern of regular sitting, the hips and knees will naturally begin to open up a little more. So let those legs kind of drop where they will without bouncing, though. Don't worry about forcing anything. We're just letting the joints get a little moment of opening here. You can hold on to your feet or your ankles, whatever feels better for you. And then we're going to bring elbows into the knees or the calves and take the collarbone out over the feet just a bit. And if you have a tight hip girdle, then you might not be going very far over, and know that that's okay. You're at an edge to have a conversation of letting the body understand a new adventure into opening up. Breathe. And then release. Take the legs straight out and shake out the legs. Good. Okay, so let's come into standing, and we're going to do that through coming into the table. Okay, and then step the right foot forward, curl the left toes under and lift the knee, and step the left foot forward. Reach all the way up and lengthen up over your head. Stretch, and then bring the palms together in front of your heart. Good. All right, so we are now in standing pose, and what we want to do is talk a little bit about your energy body. So we are going to work with understanding how, as you ground and open into that latent sleeping energy that is right in your physical body, you create a support system that is naturally there. It's like you're stimulating another layer of support system for the parts of your nervous system that need to balance. So understanding that you have latent energy sleeping inside of you and around you. You also have a subtle body around you, and starting to be more aware of being in a conversation with that part of you, you can help to calm the nervous system, soften the emotions, and still the mind. So we work through a layer of our being that will talk directly to the physical body. What you do in the energy body helps support the physical body. So before we do that, we're going to do our wood chopper so that we release more toxins that might have been coming out through that nice softening opening that we did. So we're going to start first with taking your feet a little wider. You're going to hold your axe, interlace your fingers. We inhale up over the head with the hands, and then we chop between the legs as we breathe out through the mouth. So we breathe in as you lift up, then out through the mouth. Ha! Make sure you make that loud, nice, forceful release out through the mouth. Use your diaphragm because we're squeezing those lungs. We're forcing toxins out that we can release so that we are able to take more oxygen, more fuel into the body. So let's do 3 rounds. Interlace your fingers, inhale up, out through the mouth. Ha! Inhale. Ha! Breathe in. Ha! Let's do one more. Breathe in and ha! Good. All right. And for all of you who are in class, you know when we do that as a group, that there is a force behind that as well when we're all supporting that in ourselves and with each other. And so you can know that even though you're standing in your own space in whatever room you're in, doing this with and for yourself, that you have the connection of everyone who is doing their best to learn self-care and to take the time to care for themselves. This is a collective effort, even though you're doing it in your own space, okay? What you do is mattering for the collective. And so as we embrace that and take ownership of it, we are really making a difference in ourselves and for everyone, all right? Good job. All right, so back to the energy body. We're going to work with a Qigong exercise called the effortless effort, okay? This is starting to understand that when you tap into the latent energy in your physical body, that it actually helps the body to move into a more relaxed space. And that means less striving, less tension, less struggling. You come into a more, we'll call it graceful state within the physical body. So we're going to start with feet just a little wider than hip width apart maybe. So you don't want the feet too wide. And what we're going to imagine is a big ball of air behind you holding you up. It's bigger than you are. And so that big ball that's behind you allows you to rest into that support. So imagine that big ball of air behind you. Hold a ball between the knees. And then we're going to hold a ball with your arms, a nice big ball of air. And under each arm is a smaller ball. And you're going to rest your arms into that support of the balls of air under the arms. Good. The eyes are open, but gently looking down toward the floor, a nice soft gaze. And what we're doing is now scanning back through, rest into that support behind you. Good. Rest your arms into the balls under the arms. And relaxing now the shoulders. Relaxing the neck and face. Softening wherever you can, just trying to receive that support of the energy that's all around you. And then we're lowering the ball. So very slowly now, slow motion, begin to lower the ball. And just take that moment to stand inward and feel perhaps movement or flowing. It might be tingling or openness in the hands or anywhere in the body. Perhaps it's a sense of being more grounded in the body. Okay. Let's do one more. We really want to get into this study of letting the energy body support the physical body. So imagine a big ball of air behind you holding you up. Hold a ball of air between the knees. And then lift the arms, hold the ball, and under each arm is a smaller ball that you can rest your arms on. So you kind of settle into that support. And then begin to relax and soften anywhere that you can. If you feel tension in the shoulders, try to relax your arms into that support under the arms and rest. The breath is just flowing nicely in a steady rhythm. If you feel tension, intend to soften it by receiving the support behind you, under the arms, and then slowly lower your ball. Very slowly releasing out of this effortless effort. And then just feel throughout the body. If you can sense that support of kind of a softening, a flow, there is an energetic engagement that you develop by doing that exercise on a regular basis. Okay, so now that we have that energy established or in our awareness within the physical body, we're going to do one Qigong exercise and it's called cloud hands. So you're going to start by moving to your right with your upper body. And the idea behind this is that the whole body is going to move with you. So as you move to the right, so do the hips, the feet stay planted, the hips, belly, chest, shoulders, head, everything moves that direction. Then we're going to press the right hand down. Okay. And what we're going to do first is just imagine you're floating your hand through water. You're going to float it with the palm pressing down to the left. And then when you get to the end, you're going to take the left hand, press the palm down, float it across to the right. And just imagine that your hand is floating through water. What it's actually doing is floating through your energy field. And if you become very aware of it, you'll feel that subtle sense of floating, and even that you can feel that you're moving your hand through a substance. Good. So that's the direction that we're taking this lower hand. It's just going to point down toward the floor with the hand flexed. Okay, palm facing down. And then with the right hand down, again, we're going to bring the left palm up. We're turned to the right, and we're going to look at the left hand. And you're always moving in the direction of the hand that you are watching. So when you're watching the left palm, the right palm's flexing down, and you're going to float across. Now, this is a slow motion, graceful movement to the left. And when you get to the end, this time you have to exchange hands. So it's like you're holding a ball. You're going to bring the palms to face each other, and then you press that left hand down, and you watch the right hand as you float to the right. Okay? So let's move through this exercise now. Exchange hands, press the right hand down, watch the left palm as you're moving to the left. Cloud hands is actually unruffling and clearing any stuckness, any static energy that might be in your energy field, and all of that stuck energy or static energy, any negativity, okay, that can come just from your daily human activity, from things that you pick up. We want to clear it. We want to smooth that out and create harmony and balance in all of your systems. It begins here with this exercise in the energy body. Yes, your eyes are being focused on the palm that's in front of you. The palm should be at about eye level. Good. And once again, for those in class during normal class times, the energy of the group helps you perhaps flow with this a little differently. So don't be frustrated if you're getting used to this, standing in your own space. A regular practice is going to start to help you feel familiar with doing this in your own energy field. Keep it going. We'll go one last round. So float through one more pass. And then we're going to Release that. Bring palms up over your head. And you're going to press the palms down toward the floor. So you're just pushing down in front of the body and closing. Just push away. Good work. Okay, now just once again, notice what you're feeling. It might be a sense of flowing through the arms and hands. You may feel a sense of being more grounded in the whole body. This is very integrative so that you feel like you're deeper in the experience of your body. That is wellness. That is developing your anchor into wellness. So regular practice of cloud hands, which I'm very honored to say is a powerful Qigong exercise that we are gifted with to help us bring balance and harmony into your energy body, and that influences your physical body. Great. All right, so from this point, we want to do one balancing pose so that we get focused in the body. Balancing brings us into focus. So we're going to go into our eagle pose today. So you're going to stand on your right foot, bring your left foot on top of the right. Good. Take your arms out for balance. Good work. Now, if that's your edge, if you're learning to be right there, make this your focus, keeping those left toes on top of the right foot, arms out. The next level is to sit down into an invisible chair. So you're actually going to come into a squat. The more advancing of this might be interlacing your fingers and crossing your leg around the other leg. Remember, that's advancing, so you don't have to be there. You can stay right here and right there. Good. Now press down to come up and step open to the left. Left foot steps open, and we're going to open the heart. Just open the arms, press the chest open, and fly. Heart opening. Breathe. Good work. Let's do the other side. Right toes come on top of the left foot. You can also go into the more advancing if you have joints that will wrap around the leg. Arms straight out, or you can interlace and sit down again. Once again, if you're just standing in your balancing pose with the right toes on top of the left foot and the arms straight out, then you're doing great work. Press down to come back up. Open up the arms, step open, and fly. Breathe into the open heart. Good work. Okay, so now we're going to come onto the floor. Melt down onto the floor however you get there. And we're going to come back to knees to chest. Okay. Just relax into the back of the body again. Good. Drop your feet to the floor. And you can bring your hands to your belly or bring your arms to your side. So whatever feels good, the arms can be out away from the body a bit. And then you can either keep your knees bent if you have lower back conversations that make it easier for you to lay on the floor, or you can extend the legs out. And we're going to go into just a little bit of breathing exercises so that we are really primed to receive our restorative work. So we're going to start by counting the breath. Breathe how long you breathe in. You're going to count it silently to yourself, counting in, and then doubling the exhalation. So if you inhale to 3, breathe out through the nostrils to 6. You're learning to pace that breath out longer than you inhale it. We're releasing toxins. We're priming the breath to support the body to heal. If you breathe into 4, we'll pace the breath out to 8, and so on. And if you have a sense that you don't have enough breath at the end, just try to pace it out a little slower the next round. Remember, this is something that you can do before you go to bed at night, counting the breath, doubling the exhalation, or when you first wake up in the morning. So talking to the body in the language of the body with breath for restoring and recovering. And then as you're ready, just draw the legs back up so you can bring feet to the floor and knees to chest. And then roll to one side or come up to sitting to get your props ready. So grab either your block, if you're used to using the block. So in some of my classes, we use a block for the restorative work. I'm going to show everyone both variations of some of the poses we'll be doing, okay? So for those of you who are not used to using the block, you are going to bring your chair over, and we start with the legs up. So you're going to put your legs up on the chair, okay? If those of you know how to do the block, you can go into it. I'm going to show that next. Otherwise, first with legs up on the chair, we move into that inversion in a rested state. So it's a supported shoulder stand, okay? But resting and breathing. Let the rhythm of the breath come in a natural flow and just relax into receiving this conversation in the body. If you want to try using a block, you're going to bring your feet to the floor with the knees bent, lift the hips. You bring that block under you near the tailbone. So don't bring it too close up into the low back because you want to create a wedge so that when you take your legs up, the lower back drapes off of that block and creates a wedge to help you hold the legs up. This should be suspended where you're not striving at all to hold the legs up. The arms can be at your sides, palms up, and that low back is draping off of that edge of your block. Tuck the chin a bit. Make sure that you have length in the neck and that your shoulders and the whole body feel relaxed. Continue to stay either legs propped up with a block on the chair, or traditionally, this is also done with legs on the wall, heels on the wall. So, of course, if you know that variation, you can put legs on the wall. Everyone just stay in your inversion. Remember, 20 minutes of this pose is like 1 hour of deep REM sleep to the body. So when you're doing this inversion, you are taking a deep conversation into the part of the nervous system that recovers, restores, and heals. This is the part of the nervous system that's not hardwired. So we are gifted with wisdom to heal in the body. But when we go out of balance with all of the go, go, go and demand and not the recovery in a deep enough way, then we go out of balance. This is calling balance and harmony back into your systems. And as you're ready, just draw knees in toward the chest. And then if you're up on the block, drop the feet to the floor. Now, the supported bridge pose is done with the block. So if you're on the block, you are going to Lift the hips a bit, move that block under the low back a little more, extend the legs straight out with heels on the floor, and we're opening in a subtle back bend, the thighs, the hip girdle, the belly, and we're doing a little back bend. So if that's comfortable for you and you have the block, you can go there. Good. If you don't have a block, we're going to move into just supporting the legs for a moment with a pillow under the knees. So you're just taking a moment to come out of that inversion and receive that continuing conversation into the nervous system. So bring a pillow under the knees and just rest here. Let the breath continue to refine and deepen and lengthen, just in the natural rhythm of the body relaxing deeply. And just scanning the body, notice consciously what you're feeling. So we are staying present yet very relaxed. It might be on that edge of falling to sleep when the body is very exhausted. We get to a certain depth of relaxation and we can doze off. So stay present and feel relaxation in the body. And then as you're ready, if you're on the block, you're going to bring your feet to the floor, lift the hips, take the block out. If you have a pillow under the knees, either way now, draw knees into the chest. So we're all rounding the back, releasing and thanking the back of the body. And then we're going to come up to sitting for a moment. And that's to move into our supported fish. So this is a counter pose from being in the inversion. We're going to now open the throat, the chest, the belly. And we do that by placing a pillow lengthwise to come under the spine to help lift the front and support the back to relax. Okay. So your pillow is lengthwise, you can see. And you could use any pillow. You can take this one, okay? You could take a pillow from the bed and bring it along the back of the body, the whole length of the spine. You're going to support yourself to find the place where you are dropping that head back with the support of the neck at the edge of the pillow and the chest opens. Okay? So we're supporting the back of the body to relax and the front of the body is open. Now, if you have neck concerns, you're going to want to move onto the pillow where your head and neck feel very supported so that you don't have any strain, because the whole idea is to let the body learn to soften and receive the conversation to heal. So go ahead and set that up. If you're on the block, you can take that block lengthwise or horizontal, whatever supports you. Once again, the head and occipital ridge come toward the edge of the block. The throat is open. The chest is lifted. Okay? So you're just finding what support system is going to help you create this powerful healing conversation in the body. Breathe. Long, slow, deep breaths. Now, when you come out of this position, you want to always take one of your hands, reach behind your head, support yourself so that you protect the neck as you come back up off of the block or pillow. If you're on a pillow, you could just even roll to one side and rest a moment and then come up. Okay. So we've moved into deeper conversation in the body. We're just going to do one less exercise here. So use your block or pillow if you need to sit comfortably again. We're going to rub your hands together, warming up the palms. Bring the hands over the eyes. I'm just going to palm your eyes. Relax the face and just breathe. Good. And then we want to close off your right nostril. So you're going to close off the left nostril first. So you're going to keep the left hand up and take the side of your hand, close up that nostril, and just bring the right hand down to your lap. And just breathe in and out just through the right nostril. We are balancing and toning the heat systems of the body. We want everything to be in an optimum working, functioning level. And the right nostril is the part of the nervous system, the branch that stimulates things like your digestion. So you're just breathing in and out through only the right nostril. And then we're going to shift to the other side. So you're going to bring your right hand up, close off the right nostril, and just breathe in and out only through the left nostril. The left nostril is the part of the nervous system that helps the body recover, heal, restore, renew. So it helps us to cool things down. And then bring that right hand down. And we're going to turn the left palm up and the right palm down now, intending to use this symbol to receive the benefits of our work